Are you one of those people that have a dream inside of you and you know you have to take steps and you have to do things, but those things turn into I'll do them tomorrow, turn into next week, next month, and then before you know it, you look up and years has passed and nothing that you were supposed to accomplish has been done? Because if you're anything like me, you may have a procrastination spirit. Stay tuned and I'll tell you 3 things that I did to get out of that procrastination mode and get into action. Procrastination is one of those energy stealers. We think by us not doing anything that we're actually putting it off until we feel like doing it. You know, you have that dream, you have that aspiration. My motto is as long as I'm breathing, I can be doing. That is my motto. So when people who are out of the quote unquote school age and they say, well, I want to go back to school, but I think it's too late. You're still living, so you can still learn. And as long as you're living, you can learn. And if as long as you're learning, you're actually doing what it is that you wanted to accomplish. So if you wanted to go back to school and get that degree, then you take one class at a time. And before you know it, those 3 years that you would have waited talking about you need to go back to school, you would have finished your classes and you would have done it. And that has been my model, especially with schooling and everything else in my area. But when it came to me pursuing my dreams and my passions, I just had this procrastination problem. It was like, I know I need to do this. I know I need to sit down and make this plan. I know I need to write this stuff out. And I would just sit on it because I just didn't feel like it, or I wasn't motivated enough, or whatever it was that I was feeling at that moment. And that is the problem. Procrastination is a moment issue. So when you're doing things to build your future and your dreams, you have to do them in your moment. So the 3 things that I did to really try to get out of the procrastination spirit, the very first thing I did was recognize my limiting beliefs. Sometimes subconsciously in the back of your mind, you know, we have those thoughts that we have, and 80% of our thoughts is the same thoughts we had yesterday. But in the back of your mind, in the subconscious area, you have limiting beliefs. We all have them. It's a matter of identifying what your limiting belief is and how it's holding you back in your life. For example, I grew up with the mentality that I came from nothing, so it's going to be hard to get something. You know, I came from poorness, so it's going to be hard to get from out of the poorness state. That was a limiting belief for me. And it has nothing to do with my present at the time. It was just something that I grew around and I saw that, you know, everybody around me was struggling, so I guess it's just normal for me to struggle. And it created this limiting belief in my life. And I had to grow up and get mature to understand that that limiting belief was actually stopping my success in my life. Once I started to deal with my limiting beliefs, then I start to get inspired. I'm like, oh no, I don't have to go or be what my past was. I am the creator of my destiny. I am the creator of my future. That means that I can do anything that I want to do. So if I want to be successful and do my life's calling work, then that's what I'm going to do. Get rid of the limiting beliefs, but you have to understand what they are. You can't get rid of something that you do not know what it is. Do you believe that it's hard to be rich, or hard to be successful, or hard to finish those classes, or hard to write that book, or impossible to, you know, have a family and a career and juggle things at the same time? If you have those limiting beliefs, that's what's stopping you from moving to a successful state of mind. Because when you're in a successful state of mind, guess what? You then start to do actions and you start to create the path for your success by the things that you do. So every day I do something that is going to benefit my business, my personhood, meaning working out or eating right, what's going to benefit my spirit. That means me meditating or doing something, but I make sure that every single day I do at least one thing that is going to enhance my physical, my mental, which is reading something new, finding out about something I don't know about, reading a book, or whatever it is that I do. But every day I do something different that's going to enhance my mental and my physical. I work out, and if I'm not working out, I'm eating right that day. If it's a rest day for me and I'm not at the gym, then I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I stay on my nutrition. But I'm doing something physically. And spiritually, I meditate every single day. Every single day I meditate, and I'm taking care of my spiritual being. And I also do subconscious cleansing. Believe it or not, I do subconscious cleansing so that I can actually deal with my limiting beliefs. So that's the first thing you have to do. In order to get out of procrastination spirit, got to know what your limiting beliefs are. What are they? Understand what they are. Be honest with yourself. Write them down. What are your beliefs, and what are the things that is in the back of your mind? Not the things that come to the forefront, because there's a lot of people that say, oh, I'm going to be successful one day. I'm going to be successful one day. Not recognizing that in the back of their minds, they still believe they won't be. So it's negating each other. And so when you send your request to the universe, guess what? They're negating each other. So you're saying something out of your mouth, but your mental is not lined up with your speaking, with your words. And I have a whole video on that as well already on my YouTube channel, so check that one out. All right, number 2, what do you have to do to stop being a procrastinator? Change your views. Understand that. So once you deal with the limiting beliefs, you have to then change the way you view things. Become optimistic. And admit if you're pessimistic. If you see that glass of water and it's always half empty, that's a pessimistic attitude. I see a glass of water, it has to be half full, or a quarter full, or a drop full, whatever it is, but it's full. It's not empty. Understand your views will change and dictate exactly what you physically do in order to become a successful person. And success is measured by you. It's not measured by the world. It's not measured by what you see. To me, success is not a fancy car or a nice house. I'm grateful to have a nice house, and I'm grateful to have a decent, nice car. I'm grateful for those things, but that's not success. Success for me is when I motivate people, because I know what I'm here in this world to do. And so success is when I hear people like you come back to me and say, thank you so much for that word, Dr. Danny, because it helped me so much. Thank you so much for enlightening me and opening me up to a different way of thinking, because it's about the way that we view things. You know, you can be a pessimist or you can be an optimist, but understand whatever your limiting beliefs are, they are directing and actually spearheading your actions or lack of actions because of the way that you view things. Whether you view life in a certain way, like, oh, this world is messed up. I don't choose to look at this world as messed up. There's messed up things that happen in this world. Yes, absolutely true. This is a beautiful world because the world is what I created to be and what I view it to be. Understand, view is very, 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 very important. You create your world by the way that your subliminal messages come up to your forefront, to your way that you think day in and day out, to the way that you view things in your life. How do you view success? How do you view people? How do you view the world? View the world around you? What are your views? So not only do you have to tap into the subconscious and find out what your limiting beliefs are, you have to also be honest with yourself and say, what are my views on life? What are my views on success? What's my view on money? I don't believe that money is the end-all be-all. I don't. I believe that when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, money gravitates to you. It will come to you when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing in the world. That's how it works. Ask Oprah. Ask Bill Gates. These are people who are living and working in their passions, and they're filthy rich, and they in turn bless other people with, but that wasn't the means for them getting into the field that they got into. Or Steve Jobs, you know, or Jobs. Some people say Jobs, some people say Jobs, but Steve Jobs, you know. These are people who weren't gravitated for money. It was a passion for them. Their mind was on a whole nother level. And understand that. So money is not end all be. Money is just a byproduct of what you're doing. That's what it is. You know, money doesn't make you happy. It's not going to make you content. I promise you it won't. You know, money is not those things. It won't bring love. You can't buy love. You can't buy that inner peace. You can't buy the things, to me, that's most important in our lives. So understand how you view things, and that's going to tell you whether or not you're going to move out of that procrastination spirit and move into the doing spirit, all right? You have to, what my problem was, this is number 3. Number 3 is enjoying the process. Okay, so for example, I'm writing a book, and I'm writing this book, and I got to get up and write at least 2-3 pages of this book today, so if I ever want to get to the end. That attitude right there, that viewpoint right there, I'm not enjoying the process. My view is, let me go ahead and clear my mind. Let me get in front of my computer, my pen and paper, my pads, my notes, whatever, and I'm going to create something magical. And while I'm doing it, while the words is spilling out onto paper, I am enjoying the process. Living is enjoying the moment and the process, because think about it. You have a goal, right? Say your goal is to lose 20 pounds. That's your goal. If you don't enjoy working out or enjoy eating correctly or whatever, it's going to be a daunting task. Now, at the end, you may lose your 20 pounds, but you're going to think about the process and be like, man, I don't never want to do that again. That's not enjoying the process. But instead, when you celebrate the little things like, I lost a pound this week. Oh, I'm so grateful I lost a pound this week. I am enjoying the process. When I write and create, I enjoy the moment of what I'm doing. It is the best feeling in the world. And in all of that, that is the magic. It's not in the end product. Because guess what? When I finish this book, I'm going to have a new challenge. I'm going to have something else I want to do. There's going to be something new to accomplish and to obtain and another goal to accomplish. You know, that's what life is about. You hit a mile marker, you obtain a goal, and then what happens? When you finish with it, oh, congratulations. Oh, great job, you did that. Then you turn around and there's something else to do, something else you're going to want to create. All right? So the process is the fun. The process is where we're supposed to stay, right in that middle. It is enjoying the process. And so when you're doing that, you'll start to see that it's not daunting to get up and say, I'm building a business, and these are the steps that I need to take. So I wrote down the steps that I need to take in order to get this business from A to B, from B to C, from C to D, and et cetera, right? So every day that I check off one of the things that I'm supposed to do, how do I get my business license? How do I do this? Every day that I do that, I celebrate me. I celebrate myself. I say, great job, Danny. I am so happy that I'm looking at this list and it's dwindling down. I'm able to do my checkoff list. All right? That is enjoying the process. And it doesn't make it daunting. So when I get up every morning now, because I was the biggest procrastinator, guys, I'm not going to lie to you. I was the biggest procrastinator. I know I need to do. I know I need to do. I know I need to do this. It took me 4 years just to get my first fundraiser going, for my nonprofit. So I know what a procrastinator looks like. And I know it was one of the things that I beat myself up about the most. But guys, you don't have to stay there. You don't. Procrastination is a mindset. And guess who has control over your mind? You do, unless you choose not to. That's the magic. That is the power behind this creation that we have called our brains. And the motivation has to be an innate ability. It's nice to have your partners and your spouses and your friends cheering you on to do it, but you have to find a way to self-motivate. You have to find a way to continue to, and that way to me was enjoying the moment. So I don't have anybody patting me on the back when I get up and I write 10 pages for my book. I don't have anybody doing that. I pat myself on the back. I share it with my friends and my significant other and my good peeps. I share that. But the innate ability to be motivated came from within. And trust me, guys, it took me years to get here, but it doesn't have to take you years to do it. You can do it right now. Right now. Understand what your limiting beliefs are. You have to. Be clear on your viewpoint on the things that matter the most to you. And enjoy the process. Those are the 3 things that I did to completely change my life. I am more productive. I get more things done by 10 o'clock in the morning while people are still sleeping in. I have more things done that people take 8 hours to do. I make sure I do it. It's not to brag or to say that, somebody else can't do it. No, I'm telling you, you can do it. You can do exactly what I do because I, Danny Harris, was the biggest procrastinator ever. I was the biggest procrastinator until I understood what it was that I was thinking and what it was that I was viewing and understood that I was hating the process. I had to change those 3 things, and it changed my life. I thank you for coming once again to the Table of Truth. Do me a favor, like, subscribe, share my videos, I appreciate all my supporters. I appreciate you guys coming back for video after video after video. I'm growing my channel. I am excited about sharing some of the things that have changed my life and made me a better me so that you, in turn, could become a better you. All right, thanks for joining me at the table of truth again. This is Dr. Danny Lee Harris, and I will see you on the next video. Be blessed.